Right, so welcome to Stockton on the northeast of England. It's sort of like the sister town to Middlesbrough. I don't think many people come here to see the sights, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to tell you two amazing facts, mind-blowing facts about Stockton, historical facts that I don't think many people realise. I think this tells you enough about Stockton already. Cash exchange, betting shop, slot machine shop. But let's have a walk around. Look. The Shambles Shopping Centre, apparently a 19th century covered market. Wow, building looks good, doesn't it? Let's go in. Key and shoe repair, a nice cafe over there, and a quite amazing picture here of what it used to look like back in the day, potentially. That's the Shambles of Stockton. So this is the town hall, and I'm reading it dates from 1735 Georgian architecture. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Look at that. Nice little sign. So the Queen visited here in 1977 for her Jubilee. And up there, can you see it? There's like a castle. Apparently there was a castle in Stockton, but the Scottish people came down and they destroyed it. Wow, look at that stone mosaic on the floor. Tell you what, you see a lot of people in Stockton on these mobility scooters. But I've just spotted that. Rebuilt 1912 Tees House, Stuart's Clothery. They've kept that like amazing historical building. Good on you, Stockton. Why are there so many slot machine arcades in Stockton? I've got to say, it's bad. This is bad. And this is Stockton High Street. This is the main part. When I was a little kid, I used to come here with my mum and dad, but I don't recognise any of it. All looks completely different. And as we walk along, these are some famous people that were born in Stockton. Steve Tompkinson, actor, born 1965. Bruce Thomas, the bass player, the amazing bass player of Elvis Costello and the Attractions. Jeremy Swift, actor, born here. Ridley Scott, you know, the director of Alien and Gladiator. He wasn't born here, but he lived in Stockton. So yeah, the River Tees down there was hugely important for Stockton. It's how it made its money. During the Industrial Revolution, coal and steel used to make its way down to the coast from here. Doesn't do it anymore, and that's why Stockton became massive, and it went from a population of, I don't know, from like 10,000 to 50,000 in just a few short years, and then it all stopped, unfortunately. Stockton isn't what it once was. Like Middlesbrough, it's down at heel, but we'll try and find bits of it that are nice. Right, I have come to Stockton Parish Church. Memorial there to the men who fell in the wars. Look at those buildings opposite the church. This is like showing how rich it would have been at one point. So yeah, the Globe Theatre over there behind me, it's restored in 2021, one of the few buildings I think, but people who've played there include Buddy Holly, Rolling Stones, Cliff Richard, Chuck Berry and the Beatles. But get this, the Beatles played there on the same day that JFK was assassinated over in America. This was once Costa Coffee. This store is now closed. Thank you for your custom over the year. The sad state of some of the northeast's lesser known cities. Anyway, Wellington Square. Let's have a look down here. This bit's a bit better, isn't it? This is more like what you'd expect, not all boarded up. But over there it's showing you some of what's going to happen in Stockton. The Stockton waterfront. So they're going to do all this development, so hopefully it will start to look a bit better. A nice sunny day helps as well, doesn't it? Right, let's give you a little bit of information about Stockton. It says it's a market town in County Durham, a population of about 84,000. And it's on the banks of the River Tees, like we said. Not much more I can say really, apart from quite a few years ago it was a crime hotspot. It made the news. Okay, I'm going to head now to what some have described as Stockton's prettiest street. Unfortunately, it's got all this building work. So this is the back of it. It's Finkel Street. Sounds like someone burgled something, perhaps. But yeah, another pub that's been shut down. But if I could see the side of it, you would see just how pretty it is. But I can't get to it because of this building work here.
Fancy pavement gardens.
Really?
Like amphitheatre, steps down.
When will it be done?
When?
Yeah, when?
Probably middle of next year.
Right. So this used to be the shopping centre, didn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Castle Gate, yeah.
Okay, cheers, thank you. So yeah, they're all 17th century buildings that would have showcased, you know, just where people, the rich people, the merchants would have lived. But I can't get to it because, like they said, they're building like a redevelopment area. So it should be good in the end. So this little plaque here is telling you a little bit about that amazing piece of history. The first ever powered locomotive, you know, Stephenson, that famous inventor, he started it in Stockton. And he went all the way to Darlington, and its purpose was to carry the coal and the steel from the industry. So yeah, world first powered train journey. Started in Stockton. That is amazing. So I've come here to the John Walker Tavern. Not that I'm going to get any booze, but to tell you about who John Walker is. There's a bit of a clue there on that little picture. So yeah, John Walker, not far from here in his little house, his chemist shop, he invented the friction match. You know, the ones that you strike on the side of the box. His were a bit different. He put some sandpaper in the box and he started selling them. But he never patented them, so he never made any real money from it. But he thought they were so useful that he thought anyone could use his technology that he invented. So yeah, he invented the match. He's a Stockton boy. And in there, which used to be the old shopping centre, there was a statue of him, and that statue was there for 40 years, except it was the wrong guy. It was another John Walker that they put, who looked a bit like him. They got it wrong. There's the local clientele of Stockton. I tell you what, it's, you know, it's a working day, and the amount of working age people who are just milling about, wandering around, swilling from cans. I might join them. But I'm doing my best here. I want to try to find somewhere else. I found something called the Riverside Walk. It's about a 15-minute walk from here. That sounds alright, doesn't it? Come on, Stockton, prove yourself. It's hard to imagine that back in the Industrial Revolution age, on both sides of this river, there'd have been blast furnaces taking in the coal and the iron ore and turning it into steel to be sent to the port, to be sent around the world. Well, this is a beautiful Riverside walk. Well, you see this. Look at that. Jesus Christ.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers. Now I'm going to walk to the Tees barrage. Tees barrage. Because it's the only thing left, really. But yeah, the Millennium Bridge built about 24 years ago. It's pedestrian only. That looks pretty good. Hi. The Hells Angels of Stockton. Construction in 1991, the largest civil engineering project in the UK at the time. But a barrage, I've just read, is like a dam that has got gates that you can control the flow of water. Hello, ducks from Stockton. I haven't got any bread, I'm sorry. So yeah, that's the Tees barrage. It is quite impressive, actually. My brother told me a funny story, actually. He was not far from here, and he saw what he thought was a dog that had got in the sea, and it was in trouble. He was like, oh my God, look at this dog. And he's about to go and ask some fishermen to help to try to drag it to shore, but then he realised it was a seal. There's a picture of a seal on there, so I might see one. There's a seal in there, can you see it? Moving about in the scum. Wow. So here I am back in the centre of Stockton. So what did I think? Well, this might be controversial, but I think it might be the worst town I've ever visited. I can't think of anywhere else that I've been that's worse than Stockton. Broken down shops, boarded up windows, people swilling alcohol at 10 o'clock in the morning. There's just nothing here. Yeah, the Tees barrage was alright, but that's like a 30-minute walk away. Stockton is a broken, down at heel northeastern town. But you know what? I don't think it's Stockton's fault. I think it's the government and the council. There's just no money coming into this place, so people are going further and further down. It's a real shame because of the heritage of this beautiful, potentially beautiful city. The train, the match guy. Stockton. No. Goodbye, Stockton. I don't think I'll be back. Till next time. Hopefully somewhere a little bit better than this.